Hello, welcome in. I'm Velvet, and today we're just going to be having a quick little speed build for a cozy country living room. And this is actually for a challenge that is hosted by Pigletish. It's called the Click Together Challenge, where each month we're going to be building a little room together, and eventually it's going to turn into a whole house. Isn't that cool? So today we are building the living room, and I have decided that for this house, and I'm going to keep this theme or try to keep this theme, pending on my memory, of going country. So I build a lot of modern, but every now and then I do like to go a little bit cozy, and I felt the style of the house really suited like a country kind of vibe. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do all of my rooms in like this cute little country vibe. So that's what I decided to do. And I did keep this limited pack. Now, if you want to ask me what those limited packs are, that's going to be an ask. But let me see how I go with my memory. I believe I went with obviously base game, and it would be cottage living because duh. If you're going country, you're going cottage living, and that would have been horse ranch as well as cats and dogs. Those are the three packs that instantly in my mind bring on sort of that country rustic, more traditional sort of style home. Although horse ranch kind of, yeah, it's kind of in between modern and country, and the more traditional vibe. But cats and dogs and country country living. Am I saying country living or cottage living? Because I mean cottage living. They actually do lean quite heavily into the sort of more traditional style, and I'm going more traditional, not super modern. And the other packs that I used, I believe I used vampires because that's the fireplace, and I did use the new businesses and hobbies pack because I wanted to use that plant. I'm not gonna lie, I used that pack in this build just for the plant, and also the curtains because I love the curtains. So I think it's basically the plant and the curtains. I wanted to use that, and Parenthood because I wanted the you know how there's a little magazine thing where it's like a little holder and it's got magazines in it, and I just wanted to use that. So that's the one thing from Parenthood that I think I used. The other pack I used was Nifty Knitting, again just because I wanted to have the knitting, the yarn basket, because I felt like a little living room like this. You're sitting in front of this cozy little fireplace, right? And it's a lovely, well, maybe it's a cool evening and you're snuggled up inside and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna maybe get a little bit of my crochet on, or I'm gonna get a little bit of a knit on. It felt like a room where you would sit in front of the fire, maybe have the TV on, and you'd be sitting there clickety clacketing with your knitting needles and just basically having a real chill, lovely, cozy evening. That's just my thoughts on, as I was building this, how it was vibing with me. And that's the direction I went. So I needed the knitting, which is the Nifty Knitting, and I needed the crochet, which is cottage living, which I was using anyway, which is cool. Uh, did I use any other packs? I think that's it. I definitely didn't. I say definitely. We say that with trepidation, but I'm pretty sure I didn't use any kits, and I think that was about it. So pretty limited as far as packs go. If you are wanting like a cute little living room just to download and build a house around, I'm not. I'm not too sure why people download living rooms individually. I assume to do stuff like that. I don't know. I don't download rooms because I build them, and I don't often download builds from the gallery because I build them. If that makes sense. But for the non-builders, obviously that's very useful, and I'm sure they appreciate like little rooms or something that they could maybe add, mix and match, right? Because if you're gonna download like some different rooms from the gallery and be like, cool, I want like a cozy sort of country vibe house, so I'm gonna build it from different rooms from the gallery and just find things that I like. Yeah, that makes sense to me. So I imagine that's what people do, right? Right? Right. So I think it's coming together. Now I did mix in like little touches of pink, and it was initially going to be sort of pinks and greens. I think I sort of went, yeah, I did go pinks and greens. Maybe a touch of blue somewhere, but it's mainly pink, little touches of pinks and greens. I thought that was just pretty and worked with the colors of the room really nicely because we're bringing in sort of creams and browns and yeah, that's basically the gist of the room. And I just sort of thought I wanted to add in, like, as I said, like a few hobby things. And I had that corner there. I was like, what do we want to put in that corner? I felt like a little seating area would kind of be good in that corner because, if you want to still have the fireplace on and a little TV, maybe you want to have a little hand of cards, maybe you want to sit there and play solitaire, maybe you just want to sit there and have a little bit of a meal with your significant other in front of the TV, that sort of thing. I thought that would be quite nice, or even just for doing like little bits and pieces with your hobby. If you need a tabletop for some reason, then that could work as well. So I used the really pretty chairs from Cats and Dogs. I use those all the time for traditional builds. I just think they're absolutely perfect for them. So yeah, I went with that, and it just worked with the lamp and the chair and the couch over in the corner. So it all just sort of pulled together. Oh, and I did use Life and Death. That's another pack where they have the odd traditional sort of style item, and I thought that would work quite nicely. I think that was probably the only item I used. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have fun with that little quick build, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye bye!